Welcome back to the program. I'm Yoga Pelamai in Calcutta. Now, online retail has been fairly slow to grow in India, with only 1% of all sales done on the internet. Global firms like Amazon are in the market, but some local companies have made a name for themselves. The country's biggest is Flipkart, selling everything from books and phones to furniture and electronics. It turned over almost $3 billion last year, and it's expanding, doing the biggest deal in India's e-commerce history, snapping up online fashion seller Myntra for a reported $330 million in cash and shares. Simon Atkinson, our chief executive Sachin Bansal, and started by asking if his ultimate plan was to sell the business to someone like Amazon.
Not at all. We don't see ourselves as somebody who will get acquired. We are thinking pretty long term from a business point of view, and we feel that there is a lot of value to be generated for our shareholders, for ourselves, for our customers by staying separate and competing and bringing innovations to the market than joining hands with somebody else.
Now, in another big emerging market, China, its largest e-retailer Alibaba recently announced a stock market listing for a huge sum of money. Is that what you think is your kind of long-term strategy?
Definitely. IPO is something that we want to be looking at very keenly, and we are preparing for one. Definitely not in the near future. At some point of time, we will be looking to go public.
This week you've announced an investment in the business of about $210 million, and that's taken the total amount of investments that you've had to over $500 million. What do these investors see in you, do you think?
The investors see the market. The market of e-commerce in India is pretty big. That is, and potential of the market is very large.
And presumably your long-term plans to have an IPO have also attracted those investors.
Of course, but one thing that is common among all the investors that we have is all of them are thinking long term, and that's something that we have kind of set as an expectation among all our investors, that this is a business of thinking long term. You can't be thinking short term from making money point of view. You need to be thinking long term here.
Now, consumers in most parts of the world, but especially India, are very price sensitive, and you've built your customer base through some fairly aggressive discounting. Are you actually making money on a lot of the sales that you do?
It depends on the product itself. There are a few products which we will provide, which we give out on offer with deep discounting, and that's a strategy to attract customers. But in most products on Flipkart, we actually make money.
Now, for the last couple of years, India's been going through something of an economic slowdown, and that's been hitting a lot of the conventional retailers, those who run shops on the streets and in the shopping centres. And a lot of them are waking up to the potential of online retail. Is that a real challenge to you, if people can go and buy directly from the brands that they're used to without having to go through you?
What we are doing here is that we are providing them a platform to come and partner with us rather than compete with us. No actually single company in India can really do everything because of the fragmented nature of the space of distribution and brands and logistics. And not just Indian brands and Indian sellers, we are actually becoming a platform for international brands and international sellers to enter India.
India's seen a huge growth in its smartphone market, and we're seeing more and more models come onto the market at much cheaper price points, which is giving more people access to internet on the move. What does that mean for your business?
It is changing everything for us. It's basically a huge shift of customers that we are seeing from desktop world to the mobile world. Almost 70% of traffic in India is on mobile. The cost of devices is staggeringly low. So we are seeing a lot of shift of consumers switching from feature phones to smartphones, and they're completely skipping the whole PC and laptop thing completely in India.
Sachin Bansal of Flipkart speaking to Simon Atkinson there. Let's take a look now at what's been making business headlines around the country this week.